Hey everybody, Scott Williams here. It's about 1 p.m. here in Manila, probably 1 a.m. back in the U.S. on the East Coast, and just wanted to give you the early access. Yes, I get early access to all Magic the Gathering releases, at least that's what I think, or at least that's what I've experienced. What we're going to do is go right to the sauce cards, the cards that you want to really see, or if there's any commons or uncommon cards that might want to take note, I'll show those too. Once again, I do want to apologize for the low quality video. I have my camera right here, but there's some positioning that I just don't have time to set up because I want to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible. Alright, here we go. We're going to cut right to it. The unboxing battles of Zendikar booster box. Nice box. Good old Gideon. We're familiar with him in the other video. One of my friends got a prairie, I think it was the Prairie Expedition land. Oh, that was such a nice card. I'm not sure how much it goes for, but I'm pretty sure it's probably around 150 USD. So we got 36 packs. Love the art in this set. You're going to hear me say that a lot. I always save everything, even the box, because, you don't know, it's good memories, nostalgia. For you youngsters out there, you'll know what you mean. You'll know what I mean. About 20 years. Alright, so first pack. Fresh booster pack smell. Gotta love it. Alright, here we go. So land, okay. Here's an uncommon, okay. There's a Dust Stalker. First rare. Not too bad. If you want to read that, then feel free to pause it. I'll separate the full art lands. Yeah, let's put this there. Alright, number 2. I just can't ever get over that smell. That's something about that new card smell. It's almost like a brand new car when you get it. It's just got that particular smell. And here's the next. Ooh, a Ruinous Path. That's pretty nice. Yeah. 3 mana for a destroy target creature or planeswalker. And you get Awaken. Pretty nice. Here's the island. Full art island. Gotta love those too. Pack number 3. Be gentle. Don't want to damage any cards. Can't get too anxious here. So exciting. There's that one card. That art is just amazing. Pretty good ability too. And we have Planar Outburst. Not too bad of a card. It's okay. Kind of pricey. So far, 3 down. Got a Ruinous Path. Not too bad. Good. Everybody can see that just fine. Alright, this position isn't too bad. Oh, and there's this foil. Let's see what that is. It's a Aren Reef Hydra. See that pretty good. It's a landfall. Okay. Kind of pricey. We have here's our foil. So what is that? Horrible Ari. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. If that spell is countered this way, exile it. Wow, that's actually really good. 2 mana for that. I'm gonna have to get a little bit more information on that, especially for standard. A counter spell standard these days for 2 mana, and that's pretty good. Reminds me of Remand. Not sure why that card is worth so much. I guess it's just because you counter a spell, and you can draw a card. Ooh, there's our first mythic, a Dragon Master Outcast. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, put a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying into battlefield. Is this a reprint? I think this is a reprint. 1 mana for this though. That's pretty good. You know, kind of late game if you can pull out some lands pretty fast. That card right there will go good with Dragons of Tarkir. Lots of dragons in there. Little dragon clan going on. Plus 1 mana for that. You know, can't beat it. Right. Here's the uncommons. And we have Munda, Ambush Leader. I don't think everybody got a good view of this, so I'll let you see it again. Okay. Alright, this guy, he does Rally. Whenever another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may look at the top 4 cards. If you do so, reveal any number of allies among them and put them on the top of your library in any order. Okay, he's not too bad. Kind of reminds me of Kratos from just a picture of him. God of War. Good old Kratos. God of War. Card kind of makes sense along with the way it looks. You know, he's got to get his soldiers out there on the battlefield. We're talking about the old Kratos before he came God of War. He was serving Ares. It's old school. Alright, what do we have next? We have a Smothering Abomination. Flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. This will probably go good against those Necro decks that I've seen. I think it was in Theros. Oh, there's another foil. Whatever card that one was with Sidisi. Can't remember. But look it up. It's a card called Sidisi. Anyways, whenever this dies, put a 1/1 token into play, sacrifice it, add 1 mana. Okay. We're almost a third of the way through. Nothing too spicy, but hey, we're just doing this for fun, right? You can't really enjoy a game unless you're having fun. That's the purpose of why they're called games. Right, here's the uncommons. And, oh, that is nice. Yeah, look at that. Undergrowth Champion. That's our second mythic. If damage would be dealt to Undergrowth Champion while it has a +1/+1 counter on it, prevent that damage and remove a +1/+1 counter. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter. So, is the damage limited? What I mean is, if it gets dealt 3 damage, do you make 3 counters? But it seems that you just remove 1 counter. It's a nice card. It's seen some people looking for some of those. 3 mana and get that out early game. He can get a lot of aggro going on. Just be careful. Don't be too hasty. What do we have next? Alright. Ooh, that's a pretty looking card. Look at that. Sorry. There we go. Okay. And we have Expert Influence. I think I got this on the pre-release. Let me see. Converge. No, I didn't. Gain control of target creature if its power is less than or equal to the number of colors mana spent. So, gain control of a creature if you spend 5 mana. You can gain control of a creature that's got 5 power. It's a sorcery. So, I guess it's okay. see it being used a little bit, but it's a risk. A creature's got to be worth 5 power, or if there's some trick up somebody's sleeve, maybe they can manipulate that card and get control of a different creature. Here's the uncommons. What do we have? Oh yes, there we go. That right there is what we want to see. This right here is a nice little vampire. No, wait. I'm sorry. It's the other one. There's another vampire that looks kind of like her. Okay, yeah, this one's alright. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, other creatures you control get +1/+1. If that was a swamp, it gets +2/+2. That's okay. Real pricey. Oh well. Close. Real close. Don't see too many vampire decks. But the one that I'm talking about costs 3 mana, flying first strike, 2/3. That's if you have a vampire deck, or if that's what you're going for, then the card is definitely what you want in there. All right. This is art. Oh, I'm gonna spend some time looking at this tomorrow. And there's a Barrage Tyrant. Familiar with this already. So how's everybody liking these sets so far? Well, you know, once you get them, or if you've already played pre-release, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'd really like to know, because this set I really do love. Alright, and we have a Desolation Twin. This is a card that I personally wanted. I just love the ability. You pay 10 mana for a 10/10, and when it comes into play, you get a 10/10 token. So, triple 10. Yep. Get a lot of bang for your buck for that card. These arms and these guys, they just... Ugh, it's creepy, but looks cool. Alright, we are 1/3 of the way through. Just reached 1/3. It's funny. I was talking about how good that card looked, and look, they put it on here. Art appreciation. Okay, here's the uncommons, and we have a Prism Array. Familiar with this card already? Hey, there's another foil. Alright, look at that. Still debating on whether or not I'm going to open that booster box. I mean, that fat pack. I've got to go get that probably next week. Not in too much of a hurry to get it. I'd sit on it. No, it depends. Depends on how this box goes. And here's a Noyandar Royal Shaper. It's a merfolk. For your merfolk fans. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put 3 counters on target land you control. If you do, it becomes an elemental creature with haste that's still a land. So this might go. This guy might make a good commander. You could really beef up your. Dang, there's another foil. Look at that. Uh-oh. Yeah, that one guy might make a good commander. You could really beef up your lands with that guy. With all these other landfall abilities, you know, just get more wins. Alright, let's keep going. And we have Wasteland Strangler. When he enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into player's graveyard. If you do, target creature gets -3/-3. Okay, so you get a creature and then you potentially can hurt their other creatures, but they have to have an exiled card first. So better make sure that's what they have. Still got one more mythic. What could it be? Oh, there's our first land. Sunken Hollow. Sunken Hollow enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more lands. This is gonna go. This is probably gonna go in my grindstone deck because I use blue and black out of that. Maybe later on I'll post a video on that deck because it's pretty nasty. If you get the right setup, it's one of those decks where you can win the game on first turn, but it still needs some work. And here's the next one: Woodland Wanderer, Vigilance Trample, Converge. When he enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana you spent to cast. So he's pretty much a 5/5 for Vigilance Trample. Interesting. That's very interesting. And there is another foil. Look at that. Oh, it's a rare foil. Look at that. Brood Butcher. I've got this card for pre-release. It's pretty good. Getting a lot of foils, it seems like. I don't remember this many foils in Dragons. Or unless it was just 2 boxes that I opened. Yeah, that first box I opened from Dragons was pretty depressing. Oh, and there's we got a land, a man land. I think that's what they're calling it. And there's the play tapped. You can produce blue or green, or you can activate its ability, and it becomes a 3/3 green and blue elemental with hexproof. It's still land. It's nice. That's real nice. Picking up a little bit. Sure is. But yeah, that last Dragons first box was just so depressing that out of I guess negative emotions that I had from that box, I went and bought another one, and it did almost as good. Of course, this was the time when Dragon Lord Atarka he was worth like $3 or $4, and then after GP came out, his price shot up to like $13 or $14. So long run, it wasn't too bad. Oh, here's another. What is this? March from the Tomb. Return any number of target ally creature cards with total converted cost mana of 8. Total converted mana cost 8 or less from your graveyard to battlefield. Now that's not too bad. 5 mana for this. That is not bad. That is probably going to see some action, especially with these ally decks. You mix Gideon and you mix Gideon and some other cards, some other allies in there, like that one vampire card I was talking about. She's an ally, white, black. Oh yeah, see some action in there. And that's interesting. Here's our third mythic. When Green Warden of Marasa enters the battlefield, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. When he dies, you may exile it. If you do, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. I think this is a highly sought after card because of those two abilities. So when he goes in the battlefield, you pretty much get a, what is that card called? Regrowth. And when he dies, you get a regrowth. So when he comes in the battlefield, regrowth. When he dies, regrowth. Yeah, that's pretty good. Kind of pricey, but you get something back that you lost. No shame in that. Cast that spell, then I don't know, sacrifice him or get him killed or something. Get that spell back. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's bad news. And we have a brutal expulsion. Hope everybody can see these cards good. Alright, instant. Blue and red. Choose one or both. Okay, return target spell or creature card to its owner's hand. Brutal expulsion. Deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That's interesting. If that permanent would be put into graveyard this turn, exile it. Interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Don't see too many cards where you can deal direct damage to a planeswalker. See, destroy planeswalker, but not deal damage to a planeswalker. At least from what I've seen. Of course, it might be some older sets you can do that. But you know, if you deal damage to a player, that goes to the same thing as dealing to a planeswalker, right? I believe so. I have to look that rule up. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, anyways, moving on. And got another vampire. This is an expensive vampire. Look at this. 7 mana for a 4/5 flying. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Wow. Well, it sucks for the opponent. Still pricey though. I guess by the time you cast that, you better have a good setup to gain some life, or else, you know, cards doesn't have too much going for it. Ooh, another land. Add 1 mana to your mana pool. Add 2. Spend this ability only to activate or cast colorless spells. Do this only if you have 7 or more lands. This is good in game. This is real good in game. Well, kind of mid game, mid in game. It depends on what you got going for you. You know how fast you can dwindle the opponent's life down. Win. Goal. Gotta win. Alright, we're already half an hour through. Hope I'm not boring everybody while I was talking. Trying to keep it entertaining. Emeria Shepherd. See what she does. She's also pricey too. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return target non-land permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If that land is a plains, if that land is a plains, you may return that permanent to the battlefield instead. It's very, very powerful. That's actually more powerful than that vampire card. That is nasty. Yeah. That's the thing about Zendikar and Eldrazi. They have some real powerhouse cards. You know, Dragon, the last set, and then the God set before that. There was a few cards that did some crazy stuff, but this set is just a lot of crazy powerhouse stuff. Oh, sorry, missed one. Veteran War Leader. Look at that. That's an ally. It's green and white. His power and toughness equals the number of creatures you control. Tap another untapped creature ally. Tap another untapped ally you control. He gains first strike, vigilance, or trample. Okay. Not too bad. Look at this. Another foil. Oops. Whoopsie. There you go. Sacrifice a creature. You gain 1 life and draw a card. 1 mana. Not too bad. You gain 1 life and draw a card. But you gotta sacrifice a creature. Alright, moving on. What do we got? Conduit Ruin. Familiar with this? That's okay. It'll collect dust. No, I won't dare do that. Got too much appreciation. I guess if you were drafting, you didn't have too much to choose from, you might want to get that. Ooh, Ally Encampment. This is a good one. I've seen this getting played. Add 1 to your mana pool. Add 1 to your mana pool of any color. Spend this only to cast an ally spell. Sacrifice this. Return target ally you control to its owner's hand. Lots of options for land. Yeah, this card is definitely going in an allied deck. I see a white black allied deck. Maybe mix some green in it. Maybe. But definitely white and black. And Radiant Flames. Converge. Radiant Flames deals X damage to target creature where X is. Yeah, we've seen this before. Nothing special. Of course, I guess there's not too much direct damage. Oh, there's some direct damage in here. There it is. Probably got 7 packs, 6 after this. Painful Truce. Converge. You may draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of converted mana spent to cast this. You draw X cards, you lose X life. Where X... So, you draw 3 cards and you lose 3 life. No way. No way. Ooh. Boil Mountain. Alright. You draw X cards, lose X life. Yeah. I would gladly spend 3 mana to draw 3 cards and lose X life. I would gladly do that. That may be going in my Grindstone deck. Maybe. I'll have to experiment with it. Because the point of that deck is to just get the combo set up as fast as possible. You know, cast those Dynamic Tutors. Cast those Dark Rituals. Angelic Captain, another ally. When it attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each other attacking ally. Not too bad. Yeah, I might open that fat box. I don't know. Maybe. kind of just want the book out of it. I like those little books that it comes with. It's got kind of cool stories in them. Scatter to the winds. Counter target spell. Awaken. Not too bad. 6 mana though to awaken. That'll probably see some play. Alright, what we got next? Almost done. Really just want Ulamog. Ooh. There's another. There's a Cinder Glade. I kind of like these blue and green ones. Black and green. I'm sorry, red and green ones. Personally, I really just want Ulamog. Not because, you know, he's one of the most powerful cards in here, but because I have 2 already. One from Modern Masters, and one from Modern Masters 2015. And to see their return, you know, and I'm sure Kozilek and Ermakul is going to be showing up. They'll probably do Ermakul last because he's, you know, he's the big bad guy. Not sure if he'll be as good. And look at that, another one. Can't complain. You never know what these lands will be worth in the far future. Just think about Arid Mesa when it first came out. Fetch lands. No, it's just another land, you know. Yeah. Yep. But hey, could be worth, I don't know, $2 10 years from now. Well, it's a collectible card game. Let's just collect it. Have fun. And oh, I saw Ulamog right there. I was like, hey, there he is. Brood Butcher is another one. The cool thing about this box opening is I'm not seeing a lot of the same rares. I got burned quite a bit on those before. I think I got 3 of the same rare one time. Not sure if it's a quality control thing or if these things are spin out on rotation. Four mythics? This is a quarantine field. And I believe that says quarantine. I've heard some people say quarantine. That sounds like quarantine, but this, how did I get 4 mythics? That can't be right. No, we got one more pack, but hold on, folks. Let's just do a sanity check. There's 1. Well, I mean, I guess there's 2. There's 3. Where's that green guy? The other green guy. That's 4. I got 4 mythics. It can't be right. Alright, yeah, look at that. There's a big green guy. There's another big green guy. There's the Dragon Master. And then there's that. Okay, well. Is there 4 mythics? I thought there was only 3 mythics that come in a booster box. Okay. Alright, last pack. Here we go. And Blight Herder. When you cast Blight Herder, you may put 2 cards of your opponent's own from exile to their graveyards. If you do, okay. See some stuff going along with that. Look at there, there's another 4. See? Kozilek. Told you. Just watch. Art McCool, he's going to be coming. He's going to be coming. And I'm going to find some way somehow to get him. All right. Well, here we go. That about wraps it up. I sure do appreciate your time watching this. I hope you had as much fun as I have. Um, stay tuned for more. And take care, everyone.